Hi, I'm Becky Bowers-Lanier. I'm working with the Virginia Interfaith Center for Public Policy. And we're going to show you a series of clips on how an idea becomes legislation and then is signed into law by the governor. The process is very similar to what you learned in civics in high school if you were paying attention. But like me, you were probably doing other things at that time, and so this may be a review or it may be a whole new thing for you. People have ideas for changes that they'd like to see take place, either changes in a law or change in a policy, a public policy, or something along that line. And generally speaking, when you or I have an idea like that, we kind of talk it over with our colleagues, and if we decide that it is something important, then we will take it to a legislator and ask the legislator if he or she would be interested in putting a bill in for us. Ordinarily, we would go to someone who is our legislator. So at the state level, you would be talking with your state senator or your delegate. It's a little bit easier to do it that way than it is to take it to someone who you don't vote for. So I have an idea for a law that I would like changed. Let's say I'd like to see a change in the minimum wage, and because I think that the minimum wage is too low, and that creates a cycle of poverty that's very difficult to break. If we can raise the minimum wage and require employers to raise the wage that they pay their lowest level employee, then that person can be helped to be lifted out of poverty. So I have that idea. I take it to my legislator and I say, you know, I really would like to see the minimum wage increased. Can you help with this? And the legislator, because that person is beholden to me for votes, will say, yeah, I think we can work on that, and I'd be happy to submit a bill for you. What that person does, he or she, then takes it to legislative services in the General Assembly and the people who are working in legislative services are lawyers. They're familiar with the Code of Virginia, the law, and they know what part of the law would need to be changed in order for this to take place. And so they put into words your idea for increasing the minimum wage or any kind of change you'd like to see take place in the law. Once that happens, the legislator will usually send it back to you, have you take a look at it. Does this meet what you're asking for? And you can say yay, nay, make some changes and whatever. It's a dialogue that's taking place between you and your legislator. And then when you're satisfied with the idea, the legislator then will submit it for filing. And once it's filed, then it goes online and individuals can take a look at it and see what you have in mind for this change to take place. This is an iterative process. It's just the very beginning of the process, but it really comes from your idea taken to your legislator, who has the power then to have a bill created that will then take it into the deliberation that needs to take place in order for the bill to be passed.